and Assalamualaikum everyone. Okay, today my group will present about microeconomic concept on our issues, which is the price of palm oil is decreased while the supply of palm oil is increased. Today I will present for the introduction of our issues. For the information, macroeconomics is a branch of economic concerned with the behavior of decision making in the economy, such as individuals, household and business. Microeconomic discuss about how product, money are valued, discuss about factors that influence different pricing, how to produce, consumer and others that might benefit more or less. Okay, back to on our issue, which is the price of palm oil is decreased while the supply is increased. The price of cooking palm oil influenced by the law of demand and supply. The supply and demand equation is eventually feedback the behavior to determine the price of oil. Based on the article, the price of palm oil to be in low price as more producing countries can harvest. So it will lead to the excess of supply and the price will become low. That depends on the law of demand and supply.
Wabarakatuh. My name is Raji Ilham Shukri bin Raja Rafaiz Effendi. My student ID is 2021-110-973 and I want to talk about demand. The demand curve describes the relationship between price and quantity of demand. The curve in the diagram has a downward slope. Based on the law of demand, when the price of goods decrease, the quantity on demand will increase and vice versa. There are some factors influencing the shift of the demand, which is consumer preferences, the price of the goods, the price of related goods. As we can see, the price of palm oil decreased, so demand increased because it is basically as necessity goods. Then, elasticity. Elasticity refers to comparative responsiveness of quantity demand or quantity supply curve in relation to any of its determinants. As example, when price of the product increase or decrease, the demand will shift to the left or right dramatically and it will consider as the product is elastic. There are three types of elasticity of demand, which is price elasticity of demand, income elasticity of demand, and cross elasticity of demand. Price elasticity of demand. This is to quantify the degree of responsiveness of the quantity demanded for the product due to change of the price, which is the percent change of quantity demand divided by percent change in price. It is a formula to calculate price elasticity of demand. There are types of price elasticity for demand, which are perfectly elastic, perfectly inelastic, inelastic, elastic, and unitary elastic. Perfectly elastic demand is happen when price change. It also will change the quantity demand by an infinite value. Then perfectly inelastic, which is no matter how price changes, the quantity demand will be the same. For inelastic, change in price for goods will cause a small percentage change in quantity demanded. For unitary elastic, a change in the price causes equal percentage change in quantity demanded. Last is elastic. Change in the price for good cause a bigger percentage change in quantity demand. Then we have income elasticity of demand. Income elasticity of demand is responsiveness of the quantity demanded for a particular good due to changes in the income of the consumer. The formula to calculate income elasticity of demand is the percentage change in quantity demanded of good X divided by percentage change in consumer income. Income elasticity of demand is calculated to figure the type of goods, whether it is an essential, normal, luxury or inferior goods. There are 4 degrees of responsiveness income elasticity of demand. First, negative income elasticity of demand, which is for inferior good. Second, zero income elasticity, which is for essential goods. Third, inelastic income elasticity, which is for normal good. And last, elastic income elasticity, which is for luxury goods. Lastly, we have cross-elasticity of demand. Cross-elasticity of demand is between of two products that related between the two goods. There are 3 degrees of responsiveness in cross-elasticity of demand, which is negative cross-elasticity is for complementary goods that will lead to reduction in quantity demanded of another product because of increase in the price of a particular product. Then 0 cross-elasticity is for independent goods that will give no impact on quantity demanded for another goods, even it is increase in the price of product. Last, we have positive cross-elasticity of product that will lead to increase of in quantity demanded for another goods, even an increase of the price of a particular product that related, which is called substitute goods. This elasticity can help to determine whether it is the best way to increase or reduce the price, or to substitute a product to another to help to increase profit.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Faisal bin Kamar Nizam from MBA 119-A. Theory involved. Actually, our article is about palm oil, which is the percent on palm oil was decreased while the supply on palm oil was increased. According that, we found the theory involved is supply, demand, market equilibrium, and also elasticity. Supply is the ability and the willingness of the producers to supply various amounts of services and goods at various prices and time frames, and also ceteris paribus. The law of supply states that as the price of a good rises, so does the amount supplied for the good. But if the price of a good is false, the amount of quantity of supply is false too. In other words, the law of supply establishes a positive relationship between the quantity supplied and the price of goods. There are 2 types of supply, which is individual supply and also market supply. Next, I want to share about the degree price elasticity of supply. The degree price elasticity of supply is refers to how different suppliers react to price changes. The degree of price elasticity of supply aids in the formation of a supply curve's shape and slope. Therefore, the price elasticity of supply can be determined by the slope of supply curve, which means the flatter the slope of the supply curve, the higher the elasticity of supply. There are 5 degrees of responsiveness in price of supply, which are elastic supply, inelastic supply, perfectly elastic supply, perfectly inelastic supply, and also unitary elastic supply. Market is a place where buyers and sellers interact to determine the equilibrium price and amount of goods and services exchanged. Market equilibrium occurs when the quantity sold and quantity provided are equal, and the price and quantity have no tendency to fluctuate. Market equilibrium is defined as a condition whereby quantity demanded and quantity supplied are equal. There would be no tendency for the price and quantity to change. It is a situation when buyers are willing to purchase goods and services, and also sellers are willing to sell the same goods and services at the given price. Shortage happen when quantity demanded is greater than quantity supplied, while surplus occurs when quantity demanded is less than quantity supplied. Government intervention in the market is an order from the government to control the price, to set the price in order to protect consumer from unfair prices. Such price control can also be called price regulation, fixed price, or legal price. There are 4 types of government intervention, which are fixing a higher limit of prices, fixing a lower limit of prices, imposition of tax, and also subsidies.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. According to the article, the Ministry of Plantation Industries and Commodities projects the price of crude palm oil (CPO) to be in a low trend as more producing countries can harvest. The government hopes that producing countries such as Malaysia will take appropriate measures to ensure fair prices while being prepared to face any challenges. Therefore, Deputy Minister of Food and Business at the Indonesian Coordinating Ministry of Economic Affairs, Dr. Mustalifah Mahmud, said the country had drawn up a roadmap for the development of the downstream palm oil industry to increase productivity and support industrial activities, create ecosystems, implement good governance, enhance capacity building, and develop technology towards expanding the palm oil business. In Chapter 2, we will examine about demand and supply as well as how they affect changes in market prices and quantities. Changes in demand and supply are influenced by a variety of factors, including government policies and economic conditions, number of suppliers, cost of production, and level of technologies. According to the law of demand, when the price of a good increases, the quantity demanded of the goods will decrease, and also when the price of a goods decreases, the quantity demanded of the goods will increase. In diagram 1 shows that the inelastic demand for palm oil. A change in the price of the palm oil, either increase or decrease, causes a smaller percentage change in quantity demanded. It means palm oil is less responsive to price changes because palm oil is a necessity goods. Therefore, either the palm oil price is declining or increasing, the consumers still buy the palm oil. The diagram 2 shows the elastic supply due to the number of firms in the market. If the number of firms in the market are large, so the quantity of goods supply are also large. The percentage changes in price P1 increase to P2 is smaller than the percentage changes in quantity supplied, which is Q1 increases to Q2. It may caused by the level of technology to produce palm oil. Regarding to the article, the supply of palm oil increased because the other countries are capable to harvest palm oil. It means most probably is the latest technology is used to produce palm oil, then it will result in faster production. The higher technology level, the more price elastic the quantity supply will be. In diagram 3, it is related to the market equilibrium. The diagram 3 shows the supply of palm oil increases but demand is held constant and remains unchanged. It is supposed that a new technology in producing palm oil has been developed. This will cause the supply curve to shift rightwards from S0 to S1 as shown in the diagram 3. The equilibrium price will decrease from P0 to P1 and the equilibrium quantity will increase from Q0 to Q1. Then, the original equilibrium level, which is E0, will change to the new equilibrium level E1. To sum up, when the supplier can produce more palm oil, automatically the price of palm oil will decrease. But the demand of palm oil will remain unchanged because the palm oil is a necessity goods.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Azifami Biusaini from class MBA 1192A, and today I will present to you about my part, which is problem solving. There are few suggestions on how to improve the or stabilize oil price to ensure its survival by grant exemption for export duty of crude palm oil, exploring new market through promotional activities of palm oil and produce high quality palm oil. These are effective solutions for stabilize the range price of palm oil for process improvement. Firstly, grant exemption for export duty of crude palm oil. Malaysian exports were initially limited to neighboring countries, so that the cost of exporting palm oil abroad is lower and they can bring in more palm oil to their country and advertise and promote it. Malaysian exporters should diversify their export market and move from their reliance on these old trading partners. Malaysian firms will be able to increase output and gain scale economy if the export market is expanded. It will also protect Malaysia from external demand downturn. Next, exploring new markets through promotional activities of palm oil. Manufacturers of palm oil companies also need to study more about their palm oil information in order to improve the quality of their oils. This can also benefit consumers in the palm oil economy market. Palm oil company needs to focusing on better performance and efficiency, but it is also an investment into new manufacturing, increasing profitability and flexibility to market when designing and launching palm oil product with new service. Lastly, produce high quality palm oil. The manufacturer of palm oil company needs to improve the ingredient of the palm oil, such as high grade crude that is tested to determine its quality and then distilled to product cooking oil. Naturally, palm oil is very rich in carotenoid and vitamin E, which are sources of antioxidant and benefit heart health as well as reduce bad cholesterol level. The benefit of this oil guarantee the health of use. This can attract the attention of customers to prefer palm oil. With this, sales result will be higher and can increase the original price of palm oil. This sales result will be higher and can increase the original price of palm oil.
So welcome back. Let me conclude all of this report. Okay, this report cover the majority the important macroeconomic concept and theories. As we all know, the current issue is the excess of supply due to high demand. As a result of this circumstance, an impact on the income of government because the price of product cooking oil will further increase. So, meanwhile, in business, the concept of elasticity is critical when it comes to price decision. This mention about determining whether or not a price change will allow the firm meet its pricing objective. Type of elasticity which is perfectly unitary, inelastic, perfectly and elastic, all the people to choose to classify the good in the market. There are some way in order to stabilize the price of cooking palm oil, such as produce high quality of palm oil and others. So it will stabilize the price of cooking palm oil to the original price, and it also will increase the income of government. Last but not least, in the future, if the price of cooking palm oil rise, the government also need to raise consumer income in order to help them to purchase cooking oil. Other than that, the government also can provide the subsidy can be a form of system implemented by government to encourage the production of service and goods. So it can give benefit to producer and consumer that depends on the elasticity of demand and supply. That's all from me. Thank you.